What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to yet another ToughBuild episode. I just want to put something else out there for you guys to know. I always keep you guys in my mind when I do my videos, and I always keep your comments in my mind as well. If I missed something, let me know down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it with all your friends. Also, 92% of you guys are not following me. There's a reason for it. Also, leave that section, the section below, to write your comment. Let me know what I missed, what pissed you off, what you didn't like about my video. Let me know, because that section is for you. Let's go ahead and talk about what today's video is. Last video, I showed you guys how to install a turbo. And it doesn't matter if it's an aftermarket or the regular one that is inside the vehicle as is. Today, we're going to be installing the Wastegate actuator 12-pounder. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about 12 pounds. So let's go ahead, roll the clip. You're going to want to come up to your heat shield on your turbo, and we're going to take off these two bolts right here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a 13 millimeter. You're going to want some type of an extension, or else you'll hit this bar here, and you're definitely going to want a ratchet. If you have a 15 through 17 Mustang EcoBoost, you're going to see this little weight right here. And if you have an 18 through a 2022, this weight has been removed. So go ahead, take it off, and then there's one more step we gotta do. It took a T30 to get that Torx bit off. If it's on there really tight, be patient, it will come off. We're gonna take off the heat shield. That's all you wanna do. You're gonna pull it, and you have to bend this to get it off. And yes, it will bend back. Alright guys, we got it out. So pretty much it's all you're going to do is, as you're pulling on it, just give it a little bit of a wiggle each time and then pull it back. Don't worry about damaging this. It's just aluminum plated heat shield. It's really easy to go back to the form that it was. You don't have to worry about it. And the Torx bit was right here. That's what holds onto the bottom of the turbo. Right, now that we got this off, let's jump. On the back side of your wastegate, you will see two bolts. These bolts are held on by a 10 millimeter deep socket, short socket, doesn't matter what you use. I would definitely recommend a long socket so you can get in there. This part might be a little bit harder for some of you out there. Now we have to take off the C-clip that is on the door of the wastegate actuator. We're gonna go to the stem, the wastegate, which is right here. This is your C-clip right here. The best advice I can do, and what I can tell you, is that you need to be underneath the car to do this. Okay, for real. Because if you lose this, you're SOL. You're just 100% SOL. You might as well just say F it and put it all away. This clip right here, you're going to take a very tiny screwdriver and push up on this part right here. You will see it sticking out. And that's all you have to do, is push it in there and slowly glide it out and get your other hand ready. Most of the time it will stay onto this. So how mine came out just like that. I was able to catch it before it went anywhere else. But usually if you have a magnetized screwdriver like this is, you will not lose this. Come in the back of your wastegate. You're going to take off the two nuts that are holding her on. Do not lose these nuts. After you get that done, we're going to take off the vacuum line now. It's going to be the front of your wastegate. What you do is come in here, pinch the little spring lock that's on there. The spring in this wastegate is not heavy, so it's really, really easy to just take the top, and pull her out. As you can see, it's not that hard. It does take a little bit of pulling, so you really have to really pull just on this half. If you do it nice and slow, you can get one screw out easy and then work your way onto the other side. Here is the new 12-pound wastegate. Now they do come in 8 pounds, 14 pounds, but it all depends. 14 pounds, you will have to do a little bit more modification to actually get it to work. But I decided, let's go with 12 pounds. And yes, you can get a 14 pound, but you have to get it from TurboSmart directly. So you have to contact them and let them know that you have a stock turbo, and they will send you one out. This is how you have to do it. So we have our new wastegate. It does come with new nuts to put on the back of the wastegate. You don't need to hold on to your other ones. Now it is time to set the preload. I just take it and then put it in the 2 holes. I'm going to take the nut temporary. You have to take this back off. Now you want to make sure that the wastegate is all the way closed. Pull it forward. We're going to keep doing. We're going to keep turning it. Alright, now I'm going to show you the next step. I'm trying to get as low as I can get because the next spot that I have to show you. What you're going to do is you're going to unloosen your nut. Now, the preload is very, very, very important. This is something that you really have to focus on. And this is something that if you don't do it right, you're going to have to do it all over again. If you have a buddy and he's holding it for you, it actually is 10 times better to do it that way. It's 4 turns from when it stopped. Here's you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to go ahead and cap off our nut here. And we're going to make sure that we are still good. And the only way you can do it is by putting it through the holes and making sure that this is aligned with the wastegate door. Here we are now at the final stage. Now if it is 4 turns, make sure, like I said, because this is called preload. Like how I did with the black marker, that's what you want to do. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and put your nut and your bolt on the back side right here. That's going to hold the wastegate on. And then your air compressor, you're going to put it inside the small hole here. It's going to compress air. It's going to push on this arm right here. And when it presses on that arm right there, just be ready to slide it in. It's going to go in really slow, but just be ready to push it back in. You want to take your C-clip, which is right here, and you want to go ahead, remember like I said, don't drop this. Well, bam. The C-clip is back in. That's all we got to do is tighten up these 2 10 mils right here, and then go ahead and restart assembling the car. And there's one more step that you have to do with no matter what kind of aftermarket wastegate you get, you have to tune the car. So you will get a tune from your tuner, and you will have to do runs with that tune that he gives you. Now it is time to put our heat shield back on our turbo. Also, you want to keep in mind, there is one thing I wanted to share, and when you put your vacuum line back on to your wastegate, make sure that you cannot pull it off. So if it falls off like that, you need another clamp. Because those spring loaded ones that fitted your stock one fit once upon a time, but now it doesn't want to fit, so there has to be a reason behind everything. So we're going to go ahead and put our heat shield back on the turbo. This is the last part of the video. After installing your wastegate, after all that has been done, you're going to come over to your Cobb or your SCT, whatever you have, as a tuner. And what you're going to do is you're going to put the car light on. This will connect to it. I'm going to turn off my headlights. So now, as we can see, we're in it now. I'm going to go down to tune, right there, tune. We go to change maps. It's going to verify that this is the car that it's loaded to. It has to do it every time. Then you want to go to the tune that your tuner sent you. Go ahead and proceed. Make sure that you have a battery charger connected to your battery all the time. I always do, because if that thing dies, if your car dies, your car is take it in to the dealership, and it's expensive. So make sure that you have some type of charger hooked up to your battery at all times. Now we're going to go through the process. It's going to say, please wait. Get the file ready. At this moment, you can just leave the access port anywhere. And there we are. We are now starting the tuning process. Sometimes it takes about 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes 3 minutes. Sometimes it's just done. So let your car do what it needs to do. Step away from it. Go get yourself something to drink. And then come back. And by the time that you come back, your tune will be set on the car. It only took about nearly not even 4 minutes. So mine is done. Now you got to shut off the ignition for 15 seconds before starting the vehicle. So we're not going to start it tonight, but we're going to come back tomorrow and we're going to start it up. Stay tuned.